Make sure you do get a reasonable sized tank and don't use a fish bowl. Goldfish can also live outside in ponds. Flake food, such as this. This is the most common goldfish food you'll get. This is the medium sized pot that they have, and it was about $3.99. Pellets. Sinking pellets are great because then they don't get oxygen in their bodies, and then they won't get certain illnesses such as swim bladder. These are some pellets. You can also treat your fish by feeding them live bloodworms, shrimp, sea monkeys, anything like that, or even vegetables such as peas, but they have to be cooked and unshelled. If you have anything in your tank such as a loach, mine is on my filter, then you need to feed them pellets also, or wafers. I normally use JMC catfish pellets for all sorts of fish, tropical and all, but these have run out. So, but you can also use things like this. These are for tropical fish, but you can also feed them to my fish too. So, when feeding your goldfish, only feed them the amount that they'll eat. Give them about 3 to 5 minutes to eat this, and anything that is uneaten, remove with your net. Fish. Feed young fish 2 to 3 times a day, small portions. Morning, lunch, and like evening. Older fish, you just feed them once every morning. When cleaning your fish tank, only remove 1/4 of the water. This is to get rid of any unwanted bacteria. Most of the bacteria is great at keeping your fish healthy, but some we just need to get rid of as it can cause diseases. To remove the 25% of your water, use a water siphon. Also, this is great. As you can see, there's like a hole in the end, and as you put this on the gravel, the dirt in the gravel travels up the pipe, around the little pipe, and into the bucket, so it gets rid of all the dirt in the gravel too. Then you need to take out all or most of your plants if they're dirty, and run them under hot water to clean them. Don't use any soaps or bleaches because that will affect your fish no matter how much you scrub them to get off. If you want to use some sort of cleaner, you can go to your local pet shop and buy one, but I just use hot water and a tea towel to wipe each leaf. With the ornaments, I use a clean unused toothbrush which was left over from a pack I bought, and I just scrub them like that. If you don't have a toothbrush, you can either use a simple sponge which has no soap or anything in it, or just do the same as the plants, just run them under hot water and wipe them over with a tea towel. Also, when you fill your tank back up with the water, you may want to use a water conditioner or something just to clean the water to make sure that it is okay for your fish. Make sure you read the instructions and measure the right amount of conditioner you need compared to your water, and pour it in a jug of water before you pour it in your tank just to clear it up a bit so it doesn't affect your fish. A good idea would be to get a thermometer for your tank. This is so you can check your water levels daily. I've got one with a little green line in it, and this shows you where your temperature must be within, so that's great. You need to change or clean your filter pads every month. Just pull apart your filter. This should be easy. If you don't know how to do it, just read the instructions and then just rinse through all the pads with hot water, or simply replace them. To get rid of any algae on the side of your tanks, a good idea would be to get an algae fish. Do not get a Chinese algae eater, also known as a sucking loach, especially if you already have a loach such as this one. You mustn't get a sucking loach if you have other fish, because although for the first couple of months of their lives, about 6 months, they'll be great little fish eating algae. As they grow older, they'll get hungrier, and they'll move on to eating your fish slime coat, which will eventually kill your fish. Speedy is a golden loach, and is great at removing algae from plants and other things, such as large rocks. If you don't want to, or can't afford, aren't allowed, have no room for another fish, another algae eater, you can buy an algae magnet. They're only a couple of quid, and they simply work by having one in the tank and a magnet on the outside, and you can just clean the outside and the inside without getting your hands wet. I just keep mine on the back of my tank so it isn't seen either. Check your fish daily to make sure there's nothing wrong with them. Anything abnormal, either look it up on the internet, ask someone in your local pet shop, or even ask your vet. Although I wouldn't recommend taking your fish to the vet, you can ask them, or just pop in and get a leaflet. Common diseases are things such as ick, rotting fins, and stuff like that. Ick is basically just white spots that might be all over the fish. My fish used to have them, they got them. You can either fix it by getting a medication, because most illnesses, diseases in fish tanks you can buy medications for, but I simply just changed 50% of my water. With illnesses in the fish tank, most of them can be treated with medication. But as with the conditioner to clean your tank, make sure you mix the medication in a jug of water, then pour the jug of water in. When adding fish, make sure your tank is already set up at home. Set up your tank by watching a video, learning some things online, or ask a friend. Make sure everything's right by using this video. Your tank must be cycled for 3 days as well. Don't be tempted to add fish. I know I was, but I did wait. Only add 1 to 2 each week, so that the filter and the whole tank can adjust to the amount of dirt such as poo and things like that in the tank, because it will build up with the more fish you have. When you're actually putting a fish in the tank, make sure you research a bit about the fish first, or ask the people in the shop. In fact, don't ask the people in the shop, because they don't have a clue what they're talking about. They just want their money. So yeah, research a bit about the fish first. If you in the shop and you don't know which fish to buy, take a look, and then you can research it up on your phone or something, or just look at home, go into the shop knowing what you're going to buy. Make sure you choose a tank where all the fish look healthy. If there's loads of dead ones in there, don't pick that one, because it usually means that those fish are going to have a disease or illness, and you're going to bring it back to your tank to your other fish. So make sure the whole tank is healthy. They should provide you a bag. If they don't put it in a paper bag, make sure you bring one with you, because fish are going to get spooked and they might even die in the bag on the way home. So be very careful, especially if you're in a car. Like on the way home, keep them still and out of view of other things. Make sure they can't see anything. They should be in dark. Then set them in your tank when you get home in the bag, so that they can adjust to the water temperature for about 10 to 15 minutes, and make sure your tank lights off so they're not spooked. Then after it's been about 10 to 15 minutes, open the fish bag and let them swim in at their own pace. Although if it does take too long, you can slightly tilt the bag so they swim out. Make sure you leave the light off for about 10 minutes, and then finally you can take it off. You can turn it back on, sorry. If you get a lot of algae, like your whole tank turns green, including the water, it starts to go really green, This did happen to me when I first set up my tank after about a month or two. It may happen to you, and if it does, you can go out and buy this. This is green algae control, and it worked so well. It's really great. And seriously, if you get really messed up algae, don't. If your whole tank water goes green, your magnet or your loach or whatever is not going to clear that up. Make sure to buy something like this. And it will also come with a pipette to put it into the water to measure the right amount. Make sure you read the packet, the directions. You do have to half the amount if you have loaches, which I do. So, also peas are great for swim bladder. If your fish has it, you'll notice this if it's upside down. It can still swim, but it goes upside down at the top of the tank. Then just feed it some unshelled peas. I make sure my fish gets them directly using this feeding wand from the R2 fish school, but you can just drop them in the tank and they'll get them. And then that should be cleared up within a day or two. And that is it. That's basically all you need to know, to be honest, about caring for your goldfish. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out the rest of my how-to videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.